everybody, Tanisha here, coming to you guys with another homeschool tip of the month, okay? So let's go ahead and jump right in. Oh wait, before we jump right in, always thumbs up this video if you like this content. Make sure you share with another homeschooling family. And then I love to let you guys know a blog that I think you should check out. And I think the blog for this video is going to be my mommy moments. I have a couple of mommy moment videos that I put out, the power of apology, just things that I just really hope that pour into the heart of motherhood, and just share my thoughts and my experiences based off of what I went through or things that I've heard from other mature Christian moms. So go ahead and check that out. And of course, you find everything on www.tanishakemp.com. All right. So let's go ahead and jump right in with this homeschool tip of the month. Your fruit will speak for itself. That's the homeschool tip of the month. Your fruit will speak for itself. I get a lot of questions, especially with everything that happened over the past year and how education has changed tremendously. How can I deal with, my family feeling away, because about the way I educate my children. Mainly it's because with people who are in public school and they are public schooling at home, mind you, this was a thing before the pandemic was a thing. Let's just put that out there. That was being done. People were having public school at home. They've been doing that for years. But for some reason, if you send your kids to school, it could be an issue. If you keep them home, it could be an issue. It's just everybody has an opinion. And I think honestly, obviously social media, people feel like they have opinion and they've had the right to share their opinion about your life on everything. And so then the question is, how do you respond to that? How do you respond when people want to give you an opinion about you choosing to homeschool? How should I respond? And really it could be family, friends, people. These are people that you love. These ain't just strangers, just typing a little comment. These people that you love, you interact with and commune with on a daily, weekly, or monthly basis. You know these people. How do you respond to that? And so here is what I've done for the past, 13 years. My oldest has never been to school. And I am not an expert, okay? I'm figuring this thing out. He's the oldest. He's the practice kid. I tell him that all the time, okay? We gonna work it out. But I enjoy cultivating his education. And so initially, when people were making those comments, I let them talk. I can always tell when somebody was talking about me because I have little cousins. And my little cousins, or like some of my friends' kids, or when I say little, I mean like 7, 8, 9 years old, stuff like that, 10, 11, going up until about 14 or so. They're going to ask you, okay, when they hear people talking about you in the car or on the phone, they're going to come and they're going to ask you about it. And I appreciate it. That's why I love working with kids. And so they would come and ask, well, so what does it mean when you homeschool? And I'd just kind of be like, where do you hear that at? But I already know. So ain't a reason to ask, okay? You don't even need to use the Holy Ghost for that. You know where they heard it at. And then you just answer their questions, because they're also going to be like, oh, okay, well, I heard you talking about it, and I went back and asked, and she said this, because that's what kids do, because kids do that. They're going to talk. So that's one way, just answering the questions when they're asked of you. So give an honest answer without offense. That's the key that I want you to kind of keep in mind when you're doing this. Give your response without taking offense, because people are asking because they don't know. People are asking because it's not necessarily traditional and they've never done it before, or necessarily knew somebody as close to them, in their top 5 who are doing it or whatever. Argue for what? Okay, well, why would I go back and forth about people who live in my house, bills, that you aren't paying? You don't have to do that. And the reason you don't have to do that is because your fruit's going to speak for itself. If you are not good at homeschooling, it's going to show. If you don't have a desire to homeschool, if you are not trying to get better at it, if you are not enjoying the curriculum, or if you are, into it with your kids, especially if they've been in school before and you had to pull them out or make adjustments, it's going to show. And you have 2 choices. Either you're going to stop and go ahead and be like, you know what, let's go ahead and send you back. Or you are going to say, you know what, God, help me. Change my heart. Give me a heart to homeschool. You can ask God for a heart to educate your children, to cultivate their education specifically for them. That's a key point of this. And then God, help me with the naysayers. Help my fruit to show, because it's going to show. I never stood my son, my oldest, like I said, he's the oldest, and I never stood there up in front of people and was like, say your ABCs or do a little dance or nothing like that. I never had him speak different languages or do sign language. Never. When they saw, a 5 or 6-year-old holding conversations with people that were 70 and 80, and that they didn't have to talk to them like little bitty babies, they were impressed. When they saw, and heard the vocabulary from Bam Bam, my middle son, when they see my daughter, who Princess is just every bit, of me. So when they see that come out, I don't have to explain myself. I don't have to show them that this homeschool thing is working. They see it. And every single person that has come against us or said anything against us, publicly or privately, and it all comes back. It all comes out. Let me just put that out there. Y'all, please, if somebody is watching this that's running their mouth, stop putting your mouth on people, because it comes out, okay? It's going to come out. It's going to come back. And how silly will you look? How silly will you look when you have to eat every one of those words? So be mindful of how you talk about people. But it's when it comes out and they see eventually every single one of those people, are supporters, and they brag. And they're like, oh yeah, they share it. So don't be afraid to answer the questions when they ask. They're asking because they don't know. I have another blog post, I'll include that as well, about being the dinosaur. Nobody's ever met the dinosaur before. Then, homeschoolers like that, I ain't never met no dinosaur before. Especially people who were homeschooling before it was the cool thing to do, okay? So it's important to answer those questions and don't take offense. And then just keep peace, guys, because your fruit is going to speak for itself. You don't have to prove your decision to anybody. But if you get to a point to where you realize it's not for you, it's okay for you to change your mind. And you don't have to explain that to anybody either, nor should they stand in front of you, on the side of you, or behind your back saying how they knew it wasn't going to work. But you can't control that. All you can do is be a thermostat in your area of life, okay? So as you are being that thermostat, please hold your peace. Don't go back and forth with anybody. Answer. Give them their answer and move on. That's it. Your fruit is going to speak for itself. If you educated them right, it's going to speak for themselves. If you educated them wrong, it's going to speak for themselves. It's going to show. Your fruit's going to show, okay? You don't have to. First of all, that's a law of earth. When you plant something, it's going to grow. So it's up to you to plant, and nurture those seeds and be very protective of that. And that's why you chose to homeschool in the first place, okay? So do not fret. Do not be discouraged. Your fruit is going to show, and it's going to bloom, and it's going to be a bountiful blessing, okay? Because the Lord said it. That's just how it works. And if you're doing this because you feel like you're being obedient to the call that He gave your family, you are going to be blessed, okay? So that's all I have for you guys. I hope that this encouraged you. Again, share this video, thumbs it up, comment below. Let me know. Don't get down there telling your personal family business, okay? But let me know, guys, anything that you have to encourage another homeschooler when naysayers come against them, okay? Again, don't be in my comment section because it will get deleted. Don't be in here talking about your Aunt Blueberry. Don't do that, okay? We're just gonna keep it corporate and fun and encouraging and faith-filled over here, okay, guys? Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to go to www.TanishaKemp.com so you can see what I'm blogging about. And our homeschool journey is at Team Kemp Academy on Instagram. Follow us there and see what we are doing every week. Thank you so much, guys. I will see you in the next video. Why did I say thank you so many times? Okay.